Hi there everybody, it's Verity here from inkybutterfly.com. Thank you for joining me again today for another card making tutorial. And it's the first Saturday of the month, which means it's our project share project blog hop. So myself, Heather from Stampin' Up, Jez from Nigeria Creates, and Jill from Paper Daisy Crafting are all hopping today. So if you pop along to the description by clicking on that little arrow there, you'll see a link to the blog post that comes with this video, and in there there'll be links to all the other guys' projects. They all make videos too, so I'm sure that if it's not today, at some point in time they will be sharing video tutorials of their projects too. So do look out for those. Our theme this month is leaves and trees. Now, I love leaves, so I was really spoilt for choice in terms of what I was going to use. There's a few different sets that we could use for this theme. So, I mean, there's like Forever Fern being one of them. Even some of the Christmas sets, like Christmas Season, it's got all the foliage in there and the holly leaves and things. But my personal favourite at the moment is this one, Gorgeous Leaves. I just like that grungy effect, and we've got these really lovely texture stamps for the backgrounds as well. Comes with some great coordinating dies, so of course they're available as a bundle in the mini catalogue right now. So if you buy both products together, you save 10% on the total. And then sentiment wise, because there's no sentiment in there, I had to bring in something else. I've gone back to my favourite of this catalogue, which is Biggie Swish. Okay, so that's what we are using. This colour scheme, sort of the grey and yellow, that sort of trendy look. We've got Smoky Slate on the background with basic grey, and then I've got Pumpkin Pie and Mango Melody as my accenting colours there. So I thought what I'd do for my sample to show you guys is just take the colour scheme somewhere else entirely, switching out the basic white for Very Vanilla, going a bit more on the sort of I would say it's a little bit more of a vintage style. Okay, so Very Vanilla card base. My new favourites to use at the moment are it's a 3.5 by 5.25 layer there, matted onto some early espresso, which is 1/8 of an inch taller and wider. Okay, that's what we've got, and we've got some scraps to do our stamping for our leaves. Okay, so let's take our layer and do our little bit of background stamping. I'm going to bring in some scrap paper just so that we can go over the top of that. So this is that sort of splodgy stamp, and it is sort of a distinctive look to it, so it's going to stamp in and give you lots of different intensities. We're going to use this colour palette, Sahara Sand, Early Espresso, Merry Merlot and Real Red. So the Sahara Sand is the colour I'm going to put into the background here, sort of you know, because it's a bit paler and it'll sort of sink back. So we're going to go with a full strength image in the centre there, and it does look quite dark, but once we've gone over the rest of it, it's going to tone down quite nicely. Stamping off onto the scrap paper there, just to put in a lighter shade either side. Twist and turn your stamp, get some different bits and pieces showing onto the background there, and that's it for that particular portion. And we may as well get that layered up if I can find my, there it is. So what it is about craft supplies, you have them in your hand and you put them down and then they just sort of vanish, but actually they're right in front of your face. Ooh, whoops-a-daisy. That was a bit all fingers and thumbs, wasn't it? Okay, just layer that up using those common borders. nice and even all the way around. Okay, and we're not sticking any ribbon or anything else on, so we'll just stick this to our card base as well. Alright, so again, just using our method where we just line up these 3 edges and get that straight. So there's our card base all done. The sentiment on the original is punched with the rectangle postage stamp punch. It just about fits, but we're going to use the early espresso, so we're coordinating that again. So in the original I've got grey granite on my layer, so I'm going to use grey granite. I used grey granite for the sentiment, so I'm going to use early espresso for my sentiment on this one. Sticking with the thanks, we could switch it out, do something different, but because I'm punching out, I wanted something that would fit in there. Good firm pressure on that photopolymer, beautiful. And this is the everyday label punch that I'm using for this, and this will just about fit in here as well. Just trying to get it even so that the tops and bottoms of the letters look like they're roughly in the same position in that label. Okay, that just gives us a bit more of an interesting shape in my opinion. The rectangle was nice, but I think that just looks a little bit more interesting there. So we've got that ready to go. That's going to end up on some dimensionals, so let's put some on there ready to go. Okay, leaves, as I say, we're using Merry Merlot and Real Red. So we've got 2 sizes of the leaf. We've got one was like this, it's like a sycamore leaf, isn't it? Or a maple leaf maybe. It's not pointy enough for a maple leaf, is it? A sycamore, and this round one. Do not know what kind of leaf that would be. Don't have green fingers at all, I'm afraid. All I know is they're pretty. Okay, so we want one of the large ones and 2 of the small ones. So Merry Merlot for this one. Nice firm pressure. Isn't it gorgeous? I do love it. And then we're going to go with 2 of our Real Red ones. Oh, it's catching on my sleeve, that's why. So it has gone rather chilly, so I've had to put a cardigan on. The sleeve was catching on the wire there. Okay, so that was just a scrap of Vera Vanilla. Now that has overstamped slightly, but as we're die cutting it, it's not going to matter one iota. So I've already got the dies out because I made my sample. So I'm just going to position that over the top. I find the best thing to do is to line up the stem and then make sure the point of the leaf is in place, and then that should work out okay. Same with the bigger leaf. Line up the stem and that top point. Like so. So these look beautiful stamped directly onto cardstock because I've got that kind of distressed, grungy sort of outline to them, which is less apparent on the die cuts, but they are there. Okay, so we'll just take out this leaf and this leaf, and we'll just reposition this die so we can just run that through once more and get our second little leaf done, lining up the stem and the point. Just running that through once more. So those would all fit through the mini cut and emboss as well. If that's what you have. And I happen to have my Big Boss next to me. So all of these will need dimensionals. So just put one each on the back of this, a couple on the back of the larger leaf, and then all we need to do is put our card together. Really nice and simple. Oh, one more element to do actually. One more element that I thought of after the fact when I'd made my other one. I was like, it's missing something and I don't know what. And then it came to me. I'm just going to use some more Very Vanilla, and I'm using the Sprig Punch. So we can just add a bit of extra texture. I'm just going to do a couple of those. So we can have some additional texture on here. Okay, so I'm going to place my large leaf first where I want that to go. And I'm thinking I might have them more off to the side here in a bit of a sort of cluster, if you know what I mean. Sort of overlapping centre a bit. Although, I don't know, not sure I like it. Still ended up with it like that, haven't I? But anyway, mess about with your layering. Do what you want with that. It's going to end up that way, but I think I want that one underneath really, because I want more of this Mirror one to show. There we go, that'll do. That's all right actually. That's all right. And then these guys are just going to add just a teensy bit of texture to the background. Okay. Just a dab of wet glue on the little sort of the base of those leaves, if you like. Just tucking those in there as well. And then any excess glue that ends up anywhere is just going to dry clear anyway. Alright, so that is that. Get these dimensional backs out of the way because I'll end up with those all over the place. Really nice and simple cards, but they are really pretty. So, and it's amazing how different they look with the different backgrounds, the white versus the vanilla, and the different leaf combinations. So there you go, those are your choices for today. Hope you've liked it. Really nice and simple. I can't wait to see what the other guys have done, because I don't see their projects ahead of time. I just see their links and post them in, so it's as much of a surprise to me what the other guys are going to make. So the link will be in the description to my blog post, which from there you can go and see Heather, Jill and Jessie's projects for today's hop, featuring trees and leaves. Okay, thanks ever so much everybody. I do appreciate you stopping by. Stay safe, take care, and I'll see you soon. Bye.